Hi guys, today I'm gonna show you how to craft an elemental claw for the famous 8 force build that everyone has been playing. I put 3 different versions with 3 different price ranges, an expensive one, a medium budget, and a cheaper version. And you want to start by crafting on a level 82 Imperial Claw, because the level 82 is the highest level that we need for the mods on our claw, while blocking some of the level 83 and 84 mods. So you want exactly 82 if you want to go for this, start crafting it. The first step is to essence spam with the deafening essences of Exile, and you basically just want T0 attack speed, which is an essence mod. It's higher than a T1, which goes up to 27, I think. And if you want, you can keep spamming essences until you hit another good suffix or another good prefix. I listed the good mod that you're looking for here. If you want to go for it, anything above tier 2 of these mods, if you hit a fracture, should be sellable. So let's say you do a fracture suffix here, and you have a good attack speed and good crit, and you're fracturing. Instead of having 1 out of 3, you have 2 out of 3 chances of getting a good outcome on this fracture, and the crit chance sells, so you can make profit and increase your chances depending on the market price of the essences. And the same you can do here. If you're doing fracture 5, you could have a good prefix like lightning damage and increase your chance from 20% to 40% of getting a good outcome. When you do fracture 5, make sure you only have 5 affixes on your item and not 6, because if you have 6, you lower your chances. So when you want to fracture your item, make sure you're happy with the divines, because once you fracture a mod, you cannot divine it anymore. So I would recommend getting 30 attack speed and maybe not perfect crit as well, because it's going to cost you a bunch of divines, but something close to 38 if you're going for the strategy of getting multiple good mods when you fracture. Once you have your mod fracture, which is 30% attack speed, you want to essence spam with an deafening essence of hatred or wrath or anger until you hit 2 really high elemental prefixes. In this case, lightning and the essence cold. T1 lightning, essence cold. We also have mana here, and we want to get rid of it, so we're gonna do prefix to suffix to remove it. If you have full suffixes, you're gonna have to annul once and then prefix to suffix. We want to do it in this order, because if you do it if you just spam annuls, you're gonna remove mods from the total amount of the claw, and we actually want 4 mods here, because we want 1 empty and we want 2 suffixes for later on. If you remove 1 extra suffix, you can always craft Avian if you want, or like any aspect. And if you hit really 3 good prefixes, so you don't have this problem of removing the mana, if you have 3 really good prefixes, what you can do is just skip these 2 steps. But yeah, once you have your prefix open and 2 full suffixes, you can go ahead and unveil. Unveiling a prefix, the only prefix that you want to unveil is penetration, and it has a 37% chance, so you're gonna have to try and save a few times, and you have a 1 in 3 chance. You can annul once and see what happens. If you remove this, you're fine, you can unveil again. If you remove a suffix, you do a prefix to suffix, so that the maximum amount of mods on the item stays the same, which is 2 prefixes, 2 suffixes, and 1 clean. And you don't want to spam annuls for the same reason I explained before. So like this, you remove 1 after the annul, and then you prefix to suffix. And if you remove the bad mod, you unveil again, and you try to go for elemental pen. These are you have a 1 out of 3 chance of saving this every time. And if you remove any of the good mods, you have to go back to essence spamming to the step before. Once you have your prefixes done, you can start getting your suffixes ready. And if you have full suffixes, which you should have, because on the step before we needed full suffixes to keep going, you're gonna have to reforce keep prefixes. The prefixes cannot be touched with this craft, and it will only reroll the suffixes. So most likely we will get at least one suffix open, so we can craft prefix cannot be changed. and we can Veiled Chaos Orb, and these are the mods that we want to aim for. The best one is probably crit chance with quality or double damage. And if you get the good mod, you can go ahead and craft the last one. Or if you get a bad mod with your Veiled suffix, what you have to do is just remove the suffix and craft Prefix Cannot Be Changed and repeat again. So you Veil Chaos Orb again, because like if you unveil now, you're gonna have to, and you have 2 suffixes full, you're gonna have to reforce keep prefixes again. But if you go in the bench, remove the Veiled mod, you now have 1 space for Prefix Cannot Be Changed, and you can Veil Chaos Orb again until you only hit 1. Or another good outcome is if you Veil Chaos Orb and you hit, like, for example, Crim Multi, like a high tier of Crim Multi, in this case you can keep the mod. But in this case, if you unveil and you get like a really bad veiled mod, you have to reforce keep prefixes to scramble the suffixes again, so you can craft Prefix Cannot Be Changed and repeat. The best outcome will be crit chance with 38 crit multi, or double damage with T1 crit chance is good as well. If you don't want to go through the whole unveil a really hard prefix with 37% chance, which is penetration, what you can do is craft a random prefix and then you scramble the suffixes with the reroll keep prefixes like we did before, so that we have space for one crafted mod. Before doing this, you need to craft any random prefix, because the prefixes need to be full. If the prefixes are not full and you do a reforce keep prefixes, it will act as a Chaos Orb, but it will preserve the 2 prefixes you already have, but it can actually add something. So you want to craft another prefix. So like as you can see here, I have 3 prefixes, 1, 2, 3. So once you have 1 space as a suffix after you did the reforce keep prefix, you can change this craft into Prefixes Cannot Be Changed, and then we scour, and this will remove all of the mods from it. Will remove all of the suffixes, so we can only have 2 prefixes. And if you want the budget version, the most budget, you can just multi-mod from here and have a pretty good claw. Or if you want to go for like a more expensive version, but it's still cheaper than the version before, the unveiling penetration as prefix one, you're gonna go to veil a suffix, and if you get something bad on the unveil, you would just do Prefix Cannot Be Changed, scour, and unveil a suffix again over and over until you hit crit chance or crit multi or double damage. And then you are gonna have to craft penetration, which is 3 off of the unveiled one, so it's not a huge deal. And as a last mod, you're gonna have to augment crit, and you're gonna hit a random tier of crit multi. It's not gonna be perfect crit multi, but on average you're gonna hit like 20-30 crit multi, so it's not bad either. Thanks for watching the video. Let me know what you want to see in the next crafting video, and see you in the next one.